because we're in the middle of something else going on here. Nothing to do with Donald Trump. We're in the middle of what I'd call, other people call, the Fourth Industrial Revolution. Is there going to be middle class where, Moore's Law, the IT, the way we're walking, artificial intelligence? Look what's happened with all the retail jobs that got lost because of Amazon. Now people go to Amazon, and so all across the country, a couple 100,000 people lost their jobs. And people are worried. Truck drivers I talked to are saying, well, they're going to automate trucking. I know, and I'm not going to have a job. What am I going to fix?
So we are very eager to hear from you. The Fourth Industrial Revolution has one big challenge. It is the holding out of the middle class, which is a pillar of our democracies. So,
topic, and Dr. Schwab, I'm flattered you'd asked me to keynote. There's an expression in my old neighborhood back in the United States. This may be above my pay grade. It's not above yours, though. You've written extensively on the topic that you've asked me to speak to, mastering the Fourth Industrial Revolution. This fora defines that as change fueled by a digital revolution.
That you still want to be, given what we've seen from a macro big picture narrative with inflation, with kind of like the Fed and its tightening regime, interest rates and everything else? Is this still someplace that retail should want to be?
Yeah, absolutely, Dominic. This is an asset that every investor must have in their portfolio. Bitcoin is the best performing asset over 2 years, over 3 years, over 5 years, over 10 years, and over the life of its existence, all 14 years. And you have to have some exposure in the portfolio. It's extremely volatile. Well, why is it so volatile? Volatility isn't your enemy. It is just an indication of uncertainty and disagreement over future prospects. And I think there are a lot of people who are maybe less educated about what Bitcoin is, what blockchain technology really is. And so when they see the price volatility, they run away, as Jill mentioned. And I think what we're seeing now is we were in crypto winter. I believe that ended the middle of June. We're in crypto spring. That'll be a volatile period with an upward bias. And then we'll go back to another crypto summer when the retail traders will flood in and buy at higher prices. One thing about this asset is it is the best performing asset over all of those periods. Had you just put 1% in a portfolio, you would have outperformed the 60-40 over the last 5 years by 250 basis points. But people are afraid of volatility. So we actually launched an ETF called CRYP, where we use cash to mitigate downside volatility in the drawdowns and then get fully invested in the spring and summer periods like we're in today.
So it's interesting.
Welcome to the Cryptoteacher. And of course, I come back with that video just to make you think. And we have Mark Yusko on CNBC saying that the Bitcoin bear market ended in June. Guys, we know this is just a temporary pump. We know the Fed is not finished raising rates and haven't even got started good rolling off this balance sheet. What these fund managers and billionaires leave out is the Fourth Industrial Revolution. It's not like we can't look up the World Economic Forum website and it clearly lets us know the agenda. Yes, we know Bitcoin is the future and is for the Fourth Industrial Revolution. So it's not going to be in that bull market again until 2024, when they're almost done and when they're ready to push that switch. Remember, they have to end this legacy market. They have to destroy America to Babylon in order to give China the dragon to rise. Remember, it's your corporations that have funded China from the beginning. We know we gave them all the technology. And now we have Blackrock coming in the game. Are they here to pump crypto? No. They're here to dump it. They're going to get paid regardless whether it goes up or goes down. We have over 20,000 cryptos. They're going to drain this baby, make it seem like crypto has no use, and run out 99% of retail investors. Then we know 1% of those cryptos are going to rise like the phoenix, right along with the Fourth Industrial Revolution, where the robots, algorithms, and drones take over the economy and the sheep go inside the metaverse. And remember, the Cryptoteacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the New World Order, it's all planned out. You have a wonderful day.
It validates crypto and Bitcoin as an asset class. So I think that's quite important. But it's also, it opens up the opportunity of a lot of investors, institutional investors, to get into crypto. So that is also not only validates the asset class, but also allows a lot of additional funds to come in.
Blackrock isn't the only asset management firm that's getting into crypto right now. We have Aberdeen in the UK. It took a stake in Archax. Fidelity wants to let its customers invest their 401ks in crypto. I mean, do you think we're about to see a wave of Wall Street crypto adoption as we come out of crypto winter?
I'm not sure about that. It's still a niche or small asset class, but definitely there's a lot of room for growth. And having BlackRock, the biggest asset manager, coming in also helps into that wave of investors getting their grasp on it. Here we're discussing of maybe a layer one, we can call it a layer one asset in crypto. With that wave there, you're asking about, it might go to layer two, layer three of Ethereum or some other assets in crypto. And that's kind of when we were going to see that big wave.
BlackRock's been pretty focused on ESG investing recently, and Bitcoin is often criticized for its energy use. Do you think that BlackRock's choice to go with Bitcoin at this layer one technology over something like proof of stake or even Ethereum that will be proof of stake eventually is the right choice? I mean, Ethereum's been outperforming Bitcoin in recent weeks.
There's a big difference between the two of them, right? As I called it before, Bitcoin is probably a layer one asset. It's the asset for when you think about crypto. It's the first one. It's kind of the asset by choice as the first one to get into this market. So it's, in a way, it's the right choice for them to go there and start from there. But if we're talking about possibilities of growth, of value generation, probably if you go down the road into Ethereum or some other assets behind it, you will have bigger betas or bigger opportunities of value generation from there. But well, you can't go to inside the rabbit hole before actually knowing the product and getting into crypto and the first layer of assets.
Yeah, I want to talk about risks for a second, particularly around the idea of regulation. I mean, the UN Trade Conference.
We're going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
This effort, and China has big plans for this. They intend to seed their digital yuan into the global environment by giving it away to visitors at next winter's Olympics. When they arrive at the airport, they're going to get yuan digital wallets. They're going to receive digital yuan. They're going to use it throughout their visits to Beijing, and then they're going to take it back to their home countries. They see this as a huge advantage. Why? Because who controls the underlying protocols, who controls the underlying standards of the future of money will control the future of money.
Most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids' books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the Fourth Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID-33. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.